Well, hello, single little pet shop watching. My name is Scrape, and I would like to welcome you back to the Repaint Corner. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I think the last time was Halloween. I actually prepared this little guy back, like, around the same time I did our lovely pumpkin spice crab, but I didn't have any ideas for him. At first, I wanted to make him into, like, a scarecrow, but then I tried to make the hat, and it just didn't work. So he has been sitting on my shelf, just faceless for a while. Until finally it struck me. Let's make him into one of my OCs. This little guy's design is based off of my character Ven, which if you follow my Instagram, you might have seen me post before. He's a very self-indulgent OC of mine that I created back when I got braces in order to kind of cope with that nonsense. So I'm basing the bunny's design loosely off of his. Well, loosely, pretty strictly. Like, he's the only inspiration I have for this. The the only change I'd have to say is I didn't do like a skin tone, I just put black paint, so he's more like Venom mode rather than human mode. But yeah, right now I'm just taking the bunny out of frame. I'm just layering down multiple coats of black to try to get it to be as matte as possible, and my head is in the frame, which is wonderful. I'm sorry for the staging for this. I'm still trying to figure out how to get a proper setup for recording non-digital art. Because I might want to do more of that in the future, but I'm not sure. I'm just waving him around to attempt to dry the paint more. Not sure how well that's working, but I'm doing it. He's one of the newer ones that have the bobbleheads returned to them, which makes me very happy, because I always love the bobbleheads in the Littlest Pet Shop, so it does make it a lot more difficult to paint, I've noticed. Which kind of sucks, but it's okay, and I am waving at him, again, to attempt to dry the paint. And if you see me painting something in the background while he's drawing, I was also working on a gift for a friend at the same time, so I didn't feel like I was just sitting there watching paint dry. Yet another coat, because cheap paint is cheap. Here I attempted to switch the angle up a bit, but I felt like my hands were just blocking everything. So I fiddled with that a little bit to try to help, but I eventually just went back to the top-down view. Sneak peek of my room, I guess? But here you can see I'm just starting the first coat on his eyes, if I would position it towards the camera. And there I'm working on the gift. Oh, there it goes. And now that he is out of center and frame, I am putting on more coats. And I eventually go in and add some shading, because at first I just did it base white, because that's what Ven's eyes are mostly. Well, he has black whites of his eyes, and then white scleras and pupils. So I went in with a bit of darker gray, to kind of emphasize that it's not just white. Like, I didn't just forget to paint the eyes, it was an intentional choice. And I think I have some examples later in the video of, well, they're coming up now, but how it looks with the gray that I added, and then how it looks without the gray. So you can kind of see that it really helps make the eyes look more finished. And now it's later in the night, and I forgot to record the first coat of the hair. So I'm just going in and adding that kind of fade from brown to semi-blonde, kind of a dirty blonde kind of look. I don't have a script for this. I should have scripted this, but I don't. I'm just rambling, talking about the process. I actually had a lot of fun attempting to blend the hair, because I don't do a lot of blends very often when painting, and I'm trying to get better at it. But I had a lot of fun. Working on Littlest Pet Shops is very fun for me, because it's a medium where it's like doll repainting, but I have less of a feeling that I need to do, like, realism. Not that dolls are realistic, but, like, human proportions are definitely different from just painting an animal. So that's why I've been kind of sticking to Littlest Pet Shops more, at least just to warm up. I might do a full-on doll repaint in the future, excluding the one I did for Scrape, because I do want to redo the Mini-Me eventually. But right now, they're just in storage. I'm just adding the same fade of brown to blonde on his chest fluff, and then later I go in and do his tail. I don't remember if I captured it, because the issue with recording with my phone is, for one, I keep moving the bunny out of the screen, and for two, my battery would run really low, because I have to have something playing in the background while I work. So while I was doing this, I was listening to r// and Mr. Creepypasta, because of course I was. Yeah, I just come in multiple times with multiple coats, trying to get that fade better. I do think the one on the hair worked better than the one on the chest fluff, but I mean, I'll let you guys decide if it's good. Because I'm always overcritical of my work. Yep, going in on the tail. At first, I just did a solid brown because I didn't know if I wanted to do a fade there, because it's not natural. Ven dyes his hair to be like that. But then I thought, he's an extra little son of a bitch, so he would probably dye his tail if he was a bunny. Like, his hair is naturally brown. It's like, last time I checked, I think Eddie Brock's hair is brown. But, and he's blending in with the background. I'm great at this. And then after a quick snack break, as you could see by me throwing Haichu onto the screen, I came in with some desaturated pink and just kind of filled in the insides of his ears, his mouth, and his little toe beans. I was originally just gonna have it be just straight black, but then I felt like that was a little too samey even with the addition of the hair, so I decided to go in with the pink and just kind of brighten things up a little bit. Because he may be an emo son of a bitch, but he still has life in him. And then there with the ball stylus, I just kind of came in and added a little more white to the eyes, because it had blended with the gray shading a little too much, because I was having a little too much fun with the blending, but then he's finished. Someday I'll have a better background for glamour shots, but here we have the boy. I'm actually really happy with how he turned out, which I know I say at the end of a lot of these. But I did have a lot of fun with him. I hope you all enjoyed my escapade into the repaint corner once again. I had quite a bit of fun reimagining Ven as a rabbit. Something I never thought I would do, but I mean, hey, I had a Littlest Pet Shop, I had an OC I've been neglecting. Let's fuse them together. If you like what you see, please consider supporting me on other platforms, and yeah, I guess that's everything I have to say. Thank you so much, Single Fruit Loop, for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.